Now, I mean, this is probably the definition of democracy right here. You know, it's probably technology. It's a couple, 500 years old, the bicycle. Simple, but for the fact it's made in a factory somewhere in Holland or in China. It's maybe a model for using minimal resources. Maybe that's what we should do as filmmakers. Simplify the struggles. Oh, the laundry is closed. What am I going to do? I have to go to China now with dirty laundry. Oh my God. I think it might have been closed all day. He's taking a holiday. It's the day of sacrifice maybe today. I could take my laundry here and throw it into the canal of Amsterdam. It won't be very clean, I'm afraid, knowing what's in those canals. But I see a jet flying over. We have the convergence here of the Amstel River, the end of a river which is very important to the growth of capitalism. In fact, when there was a Dutch Empire, the Dutch colonized places, but not the way the other imperial powers did. They colonized it through trade and exchange and barter more than armies, because they lived on small islands here in the swamp of the Netherlands. Maybe it's a lesson for the future, micro-colonizing forces, but we have to recolonize the old ideas with the new ideas, somehow capturing the minds in benign ways and free ways, so that there are no bars on the prison cells anymore. Those are the prison cells of self-censorship, which is a big problem. You know, but every time Frederick Gersten, who made a film about Bananas and Dole Company, or the Yes Men who make films about taking Union Carbide to task, and with parody, the power of force and of parody, because no one trusts corporations and no one trusts mainstream dominant media anymore, we start to gain a support for a really democratic idea, which is really about information spread and facts, that we can honor a certain reality, capturing reality again, reappropriating reality with the kind of spice of cinematic information and art. It's an informational art we're working in, so we're and most times artists are not honored enough, and in most times powerful people know that art is a threat more than any other kind of enemy, because art speaks to the heart of the human condition, and when humans start to understand their conditions, then humans want to change those conditions, and then the powerful start to become weak, as they should. So perhaps not too far away, and this is not utopian, the Babylon Tower will actually crumble, and we can start to rebuild Babylon with more egalitarian kind of fair trade kinds of bricks. In fact, we have to create a kind of concept of media which is about fair trade media, which the exchange between dominant cultures and subdominant cultures is more fair and egalitarian, which is about the erasure of borders and economic borders, and in fact the lexicon that we use to talk about all this stuff has to change in a way so that we don't always have to think of ourselves as victims or in solidarity with victims, but as perpetrators, proselytizers, and poets who are actually taking direct action through image action, I guess you could call it. So there's a lot of work to do, but the only way we can do it is if we're organized together. So we find helping each other in some altruistic way is probably the way of the future. And we can do that in web-based space, in the webscape, in the webplex. I think we have to organize an international association which will help us provide each other with the kind of tool sets, which if any of us get in trouble in any physical way, legal way, economic way, we can all pitch in and sort of, as a kind of in the Quaker tradition of pacifists, all build the barn together in one day. So one individual farmer doesn't have to take a lifetime to build his barn or her barn, but we can, through the new tools, organize without having organizers. So this is a decentralized fashion, and like everything in nature, centralization never in the end succeeds, and centralization is what power is about, and decentralization is what democracy and documentary is about.